shrimp fettuccine Alfredo, or fettuccine Alfredo with shrimp. All right, well, first, you know, turn on your heat. You want to get the bubbles going.
The water boiling.
3 to 4 minutes, yeah.
Have the pan to the side, because if that was boiling and you happen to smash that down or spill it, now you got boiling water all over the place. It's one of the tips.
That's true, but it would be much worse if you had boiling acid in there. Your face would just be eaten alive.
Down the whole body.
Yeah. I'll get my shoes in the shot.
So doing this shrimp in particular, I always like to have all my ingredients out. And key ingredient for shrimp that we're doing in particular is this signature rub. Now it doesn't have to be sweet and spicy. This was the only one that they happened to have that sounded good for what we're gonna do. Normally I like to leave the tails on, but because we're cooking it in a pasta type dish, we're gonna have to crack all the tails off. Thaw your frozen shrimp, Kroger special, thaw that out in a bowl of water, doesn't have to be hot. And once it is thawed out and meaty, all I have to do is go through and crack off the individual tails. Do that, and then they'll be ready to cook up.
Try again. Oh, that's a hot shot. I would say about 4 nests, right? Nests, because they're fettuccine nests, for about 1 person. So since there's 2 of us, throw about 8 in there. But when you start feeling it get pretty soft, that's like a good time. Just make sure you keep, you know, monitoring it, because you don't want to make it. You don't want to leave it on too long. It doesn't usually take too long. I'd say it should be ready in about 5 minutes or less.
While that's cooking up, we're gonna season the shrimp, and the way to do that is to use a strainer for what we're doing in particular. Always found this to be the best method. Spray good amount of Laries on there. You almost want to season more than you think, because a lot of it's really not gonna make it on the shrimp. This is the specialty right here, the signature rub. Always use just 1 tablespoon. Even amount of that. Don't want too overbearing. Now all you gotta do, mix it together. We got mushrooms here too that can be and should be cooking up. Should wash
and
off.
These are store-bought mushrooms. If you see these in a field, don't eat them.
Yes.
Unless they're drugs.
Chopped up.
Then always eat them.
I don't know how much those ones are worth. How much do those sell for?
I don't know. I've never actually done those before. But I'd say this meal could only be better if those were actual drug mushrooms.
For things like mushroom and shrimp, you don't need like olive oil or butter to see, like, they're not gonna stick to the pan.
It's been about, I don't know, 3-4 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say? So turn the heat down a little bit so the bubbles go away, and then kind of, you know, just mix it around, stir it up.
They're not nests anymore.
Yeah, they're not nests anymore. They're I don't know what's it called when a nest doesn't. I guess there's no word for that. And I don't know. I can pretty much feel that they're not ready, but you can also kind of feel just from there that they still need a little longer. So turn the heat back up.
Let the mushrooms keep it cooking. Are you tripping? Mushrooms and shrimp, as I can tell when they're done by the smell that they give off. So, and the color that they give off too. So it's kind of getting like a goldeny brown. Alex says these noodles are about done, so I turned them down just a touch. Poured the mushrooms into here because we still gotta cook the shrimp. Also, Alex needs the strainer to get rid of the water in the pot. So
here's how to test it. Shit. Ugh. I'm not gonna eat that, but I can tell they're good. You just eat it, and if it tastes good, I mean, it feels good. You know, it feels like a noodle should. All right. Whew. See, strain the sheet out of it. You strain it, put it back on the heat, you turn the heat down to medium-low, right? Now it's time for the sauce, which is the most important part of the meal. Cheesy ragu classic Alfredo. Actually, yeah, gotta put it all in there. And this isn't a must if you don't have a ton of seasoning. It's not that big of a deal, but salt and pepper is, you know, good enough. And there's no set amounts for any of these. It's kind of just what you want, you know, and I guess the more you do it, the more you'll learn.
It's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error. Cool. That looks about right. Gonna mix this all up, and that's gonna kind of...
And at this point, you could probably throw the mushrooms in there too.
Yeah. And all this is gonna darken up. Yeah. I'll kind of add to it.
Now, I don't know if I want all the juices.
Let's just do this.
Okay. Sometimes those juices are good depending what your meal is. Depending what your meal is.
Yeah, we don't want to mix it.
Turn your gas off. Now we feast like kings.
Yes. All right, now I'm gonna turn it on high so it gets real hot so it can melt some of this cheese. Just gonna put a bunch of cheese in there. Looks like a lot, but once it gets all mixed in, it'll just be the perfect amount.
Try to get fair rations. It smells so good.
Show my final product. Mine looks like Christmas.
Does it taste like Christmas?
Yeah, I already know. You know what? You know what? Yeah! Yeah! Tastes exactly like Christmas. It's weird. Yeah. Weird that you mentioned that. No, actually it tastes like Ramadan. Well, what can you do?
Trial and error. We'll get them next time.
Push me, and then just touch me, till I can get my satisfaction.